welcome back. Here's what we got today. If you know what that is, then you know what you're looking at. And if you know what you're looking at, then you know what we're doing.
Duh.
But Saturdays are for the Chevy. That's what we got today. Obviously, another old blue bill video. Try to get this thing to start. But what I messed up last time is, obviously, those of you who know anything about the OBSs, the exhaust pipe hangs like it's the lowest part of the vehicle. I was trying to back into the shop last time. It caught the freaking concrete ledge and sent the original motor mount. They're scrap. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do the motor mounts, some of the little mechanical things, and hopefully get to plumbing. We'll see. But I'm gonna get this truck started and we'll go from there. See you guys in a second. Okay, so we got it up on the lift, and as you can see, there's the old motor mounts. That one, considering age and everything, is actually not that bad. I mean, again, all things considered. That one, on the other hand, I don't know if y'all can see that. That thing is toast. And then what we also noticed is that somebody at some point has done some sick fabrication work on the fan shroud down here to make the fan work. So this has been a problem for some time. I mean, that's not from the factory. That was not designed that way in 91. So this has probably been a long time coming. Or should have been done a long time ago, I should say. But yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's really hard to get that camera up in there, but that thing is toast. And like I said, this was what I was saying to you guys, that I smacked against this ledge here. So I caked it pretty good and sent that motor mount to the afterlife. So it's time to get that done. It's just on the to-do list. So part of building the truck is also getting things done and done right, and as much as you can. So we're gonna do that right now, get these swapped out, and then I'll pick up from there. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so after me getting my ass kicked for some time, I'm not gonna say he did, I'm gonna assume Mike kind of got beat up a little bit on it. I know he wasn't having fun with it, I'll say that.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
We got him in. New freaking mounts are in, and we found out they were, that one that was beat up bad, I'll take y'all out here. It was under quite the load.
That's what she said.
And that's part of it right there, that ear. Yeah, it took a couple hours. These are fairly easy in theory, but here's the driver's side, as you can see. So, I mean, it's beat to piss, you know what I mean? But it's, I mean, they were still laughing, don't get me wrong. This, not so much. Who knows how long it was running like that. Look, the actual bracketry started splitting from the load it was under. Mind you, this is a V6 truck. It's been like this, but this is why we had to do it. So this is the non-fun side of building stuff, is when you have to do repairs. But nonetheless, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours in, we got it, they're out. We got some scrap metal. So I don't know if we're gonna do anything else today. You'll find out just as much as I will when we find out. So see you guys, I'll see you guys when I see you. All right, so it's been a few days.
What happened to your face?
Actually, I think it's been closer to a couple weeks since the last time we were messing with this. We were at the back kind of bouncing all over, but after me and Mike kind of talked, I think we're gonna come back to the front, get this dialed in. And this being, we've already started working on it a little bit. So yesterday, went ahead and punched a hole. I jogged over just a bit from where Mike originally wanted. He had it where it was gonna ride in that little groove. Sorry, I don't have my camera light, but there's a little groove right here on the control arm. But he had it to where it was riding perfect. Well, when I started drilling, me being me, it jogged just enough to where it didn't go exactly where he wanted it.
Do better.
But I've talked with him. I think we're going to be able to make it work. But this is what we're coming up with. This is the shock that we've used, which is the Nitro Drop 2s, same as the rear. The stamp number, in case you guys ever need that, is 8005 for the fronts. The rears are different, but we're gonna put that somewhere in here. We're gonna make some shock towers that go up in here, and that's the plan for today. So again, I've already got the bottom punched through on the lower control arm. It's time to start fabbing up the shock towers, and hopefully we can get these shocks stabbed today, God willing, of course. So I guess join in on this process. Now we're back with the front. Okay, so here's what we got. We got one done already, and that's kind of just loosely put in there. Obviously, with the measurements and everything that Mike took, we used the cardboard piece and then transferred it over to the middle. And so now what we're looking at is, if you want to take over from here, what were you talking about with doing the other side?
So the other side's not going to be exactly the same either, because the frame right here is rounded, and it's going to push it. It's a lot higher at this point than it is this point. So you got to have a taller bracket to work.
And so why did you, just to backtrack a little bit, why did you decide that this being at the shock at that angle was going to be better than some of the other designs we've seen, where it's been like,
so you have a little bit
up in here, straight up and down, and stuff like that?
Straight up and down, you're not going to get the play, and you got to go way up here. If you angle it, then you get the adjustment and the cushion you need from the shock. So that's the purpose of that, instead of straight up and down.
So that
If
explains.
you have it bolted here, that's not your moment point. Your moment point's farther out by your disc brakes or your rotor, so you get your moment.
So that explains why these brackets are kind of at the angle they are up there. And then that's, as I was telling you from the beginning of today, where that's punched there. So where we're at now is what you said, transferring this one over for another template, and then probably tacking this in, and then figuring out the other side for the other bracket.
Socket it, basically, too.
Okay.
Well, there you have it. That's what's next. So we're gonna do all that and then figure out what the other bracket looks like, and then I'll pick back up from there. See you guys in just a second.
Time to realize it's right before my eyes, and I can take it if it's what I want to do. I am leaving, and this is starting to feel like it's right before my eyes, and I can taste it. It's my sweet beginning, and I can tell just what you want. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. And I can say it's what you know.
All right, so there's the first bracket deal made.
Two little ears made separately, welded in on both sides, in and out, and then primered. So obviously the bottom bolt goes into the lower control arm here, and then the top, which is covered right now, because like I said, I just painted this, or primered I should say, will slide right in there.
And I guess this time, now that we've kind of got this a little more figured out, I may jump into some time lapse of us doing the other one. So let's do that.
Test you, I'm not the best you could have attained. Why try anything? I will get there. Just remember, I know that I can tell just what you want. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. And I can say it's what you know, but you known it the whole time. Yeah, you known it the whole time.
All right, there it is, all back together.
Primered for now, but yeah, the shock is there. Bottom bolt's in, top bolt's in. Like I said, everything's all welded in there, but as you can see, we got brakes back on here.
I don't think y'all know, or that I've told you guys, that this whole time to get this thing in and out of the shop, I've been having to use the damn parking brake, which has been stressful to say the least. Absolutely stressful. So the fact that there's brakes going back on today is a huge milestone, and we were gonna try to surprise you guys because we were super stoked about it, but we plumbed the 3/8 airline to the front bags. It is actually plumbed. Both sides are plumbed, ran to the back, and then I did not order the right fitting, so we cannot complete that.
All in all, back together, still rough.
Obviously, this is not by any means like show ready, you know what I mean? But huge, huge, huge milestone. This thing, we're gonna put the tires on, we're gonna drive the sucker out, and it'll actually stop under its own power. Like, two big milestones just done today. That is so sick. So glory to God as always, and huge shout out to my father-in-law, man. That none of this would be possible without his shop, his tools, his time, his expertise. If you have any questions on the brackets, put them in the comments. I'm sure we can help you. He engineered them, laid it all out. So again, just huge shout out to him. But if you made it this far, guys, I greatly appreciate it. And I guess we'll see you on the next one. Adios.